Hello and welcome to the third hangout of Crick IQ, and this is the greatest test ever, the greatest cricket test ever, definitely. And we have 5 participants, not just from down south, also from down under. First up, we have Ramesh Natarajan, who's a marketing manager from Chennai. Ramesh, your favorite cricketer?
Right now it is AP de Villiers.
AB de Villiers, he's in a rich vein of form, and the next man sitting next to him is not just from there, he's all the way down from Sydney. Danny Bandari is the president of the University of New South Wales Cricket Club. He's a trader, online cricket coaching. Anything you don't do, Danny? You seem to be Superman out there.
Just quizzes I generally do.
Super. So quizzes, and I wish you all the best because there's some pretty formidable talent out here. Next up, Manas Mishra, originally from Orissa, but working as a software engineer in Bangalore. Manas, your favorite cricketer?
Kapil Dev.
Kapil Dev it is. Yes, for a generation of us, Kapil Dev is one amazing cricketer, and I'm glad that you're much younger and you still appreciate him. Next up, and it's Venkatesh. He runs Nexus Consulting, Pitch Perfect Consulting, a very well-known quiz master yourself. Venkatesh, be honest with me, how many tries did it take you to get onto Crick IQ?
Oh, lots of tries. I think maybe 35.
Fabulous. Venkatesh is being very honest because Crick IQ honestly is a really tough game to qualify from, and anyone who's qualified here has made plenty of tries, and there's at least one among 100 people who have tried to get onto this program. Last up, we have Vignesh from IIM Bangalore, IIM Indore, who's soon to join TCS. Vignesh, your favorite cricketer?
Brian Charles.
Sorry, could you repeat that for me?
Brian Lara.
Brian Charles Lara. Brian Charles Lara, another generation's Kapil Dev, Brian Lara, AB de Villiers. We have all the cricketers represented here. A lot of a rich vein from talent from down under and down south. So let's go on straight on to our first round, and it's called Quick Singles. So a little bit about the rules. Each participant has to answer 3 questions within a time limit of 45 seconds. 10 points for every correct answer. And the questions are based on different Crick Info sections. Questions do not pass. So Ramesh, your set of 3 questions coming up now. Quote unquote, no tear in the eye. I am from South Dunedin. Who said this after a record-breaking innings?
Brendan McCullum.
Correct. Nicknames. Lance Klusener shares his nickname with which African tribe?
Zulu.
Correct. Rewind. Who is the first bowler to claim 6 wickets in a match in T20 international cricket?
International.
You have time.
Is it Umar Gul?
Sorry, will you repeat that answer?
Umar Gul.
It's not Umar Gul. Bad luck there. It's Ajanta Mendes. You got the first 2 correct. Brendan McCullum was the man who had no tear in the eye. Lance Klusener is called Zulu, but it's Ajanta Mendes who's got the first bowler to claim 6 wickets in T20 international cricket. 20 points for you. That's a pretty decent start out there, Ramesh. And we go straight on to you, Danny. Your first question coming up now. Must read books. The Nice Guy Who Finished First is a biography of which international cricketer? The Nice Guy Who Finished First. Want me to pass you?
Rahul Dravid.
Rahul Dravid is correct. Next, mixed bag. Who became the first cricketer to take 3 one-day international hat-tricks?
Wasim Akram.
Incorrect. Last question. Which English batsman was recalled after being declared out in the second test match of the 2011 India-England series? Pretty significant dismissal. English batsman. Come on, take a try.
Ian Bell.
Ian Bell, I'll take that on the buzzer. It was Ian Bell, so the only one you missed. So, Nice Guy Who Finished First is Rahul Dravid. Ian Bell was declared out and then recalled. And you just missed the first cricketer to take 3 one-day international hat-tricks. I think 2 was Wasim Akram, 3 is Lasith Malinga. Bad luck there, Danny, but a pretty significant round for you as well. And next up, Manas, no pressure on you, but 2 guys have started off pretty well. Your first question coming up now. Quote unquote. I hope he won't take 15 years to learn soccer. He doesn't play football that well. This is Saurav Ganguly about which former teammate of his?
Sachin Tendulkar.
Correct. It is Sachin Tendulkar. Next up, nicknames. Which South African cricketer was nicknamed the Maritzburg Mamba? The Maritzburg Mamba.
Sohan Palak.
No, I'm afraid I can't give that to you. Jonty Rhodes. Must read book. Sandy Storm is an autobiography by which cricketer? Sandy Storm. Lots of hints in the name. Take a try. Bad luck, I can't give that to you, Manas. So I'll give you the ones that you didn't get. The South African cricketer who was nicknamed the Maritzburg Mamba was Jonty Rhodes. And Sandy Storm is written by Sandeep Patil. He was known as Sandy by some of his teammates. Sandy Storm is about Sandeep Patil, and a very interesting book it is. One of the better written autobiographies of that time. Venkatesh, 2 20s and a 10, and it's your turn out here starting now. At a stadium named after which Olympian was the first one-day international double century scored?
Rup Singh Stadium.
Well done. Mixed bag. Who is the first Indian cricketer to score a century in one-day international cricket?
Kapil Dev.
Last question. Must read books. Controversially yours is the autobiography of which fast bowler?
Shoaib Akhtar.
Correct. She's knocked top 3 in less than 20 seconds. Brilliant round there, Venkatesh. Just showing his class out there early in the game. That's a really good round for you, Venkatesh. And next up, we have Vignesh. Vignesh, Venkatesh has had a pretty good round. Let's see how you do out here. Your set coming up now. Quote unquote. Sachin and I played 122 tests together. I have never threatened his place in the team as a batsman, but I can tell you that he sometimes... Anil Kumble is correct. Next one. Which controversial fast bowler was nicknamed the Kerala Express?
Sreesanth.
Correct. Which test ground has witnessed the maximum number of hat-tricks in test and ODI cricket together? The test ground which has witnessed the maximum number of hat-tricks. Worth a guess. Think about it logically. Take a guess.
Perth.
Bad luck. It's not Perth. You got your first 2 correct. It was Anil Kumble who said that, Sachin Tendulkar threatened him as a bowler. In fact, Sachin Tendulkar has more than 100 one-day international wickets. Sreesanth was, of course, the Kerala Express, currently derailed, but, I hope he gets his act back together soon. The test ground which has witnessed the maximum number of hat-tricks in test and ODI cricket, logically, it's a Melbourne cricket ground. Just the amount of cricket played out there would have, given it a huge edge in terms of numbers. Okay? So those were the 5, and after this round, let's have a quick look at the scores. And coming up right, Manas has 10 points, Ramesh Natarajan, Vignesh and Danny Bhandari all have 20, but at this stage, leading Crick IQ in the first round of the event is Venki Srinivasan with 30 points. Let's go straight into our next round. Our next round is called Third Umpire. 2 visuals will be shown on screen. Participants have to answer 2 questions based on the visual. 10 points. Only if they get both correct do they get a bonus question worth a further 10 points. Questions do not pass. Okay. 10 points per visual. Each participant will get a separate set of visuals. So Ramesh, your set of visuals are coming up now. First one coming up for you, Ramesh. Identify this Pakistani cricketer on your left. The Pakistani cricketer on your left. Ramesh, want to take a guess?
Sorry, no. I would go with, let's say, Asif Masood.
Asif Masood is not. Who is the New Zealand cricketer on the right?
Adam Parore.
Adam Parore is correct. Unfortunately, you don't get the bonus question. That's Asif, Sadiq Mohammed on your left and Adam Parore on your right. So bad luck there. 10 points for you. And Danny, your set of 3 questions, you get 2 visuals and you get your bonus coming up now. Your visuals coming up on the screen now. Identify the great bowler on your left.
Harold Larwood.
Bad luck there. That's not Harold Rawood. That's actually Fiery Fred Truman. And who is this great cricketer on your right?
Richard Hadley.
That is Sir Richard Hadley. And I'm afraid you're not qualified for the bonus as well. Bad luck there, but it was one of those things, Truman, Larwood, particular era, and you've just messed it up a bit. So 10 points to you, and we are going on straight to you, Manas. Your set coming up now. Identify this legendary Indian cricketer that you see on your left.
Bapu Nadkarni.
Bad luck, that's not Bapu Nadkarni. And who is the India captain on your right? He's been coach of India as well.
Madanlal.
Bad luck, that's not Madan Lal, that's Ajit Wadekar. You missed both of your chances. Bad luck there. It's one of those things that happen. Okay, Venkatesh, your set coming up now. Your first question on your left. Take a look at your visuals. Okay, identify the cricketer on your left. Made famous by an over he bowled in 2007.
So Dan Van Bunga.
Dan Van Bunga. That's absolutely correct. And on the right is a cartoon based on which English cricketer? I think there's enough hints out there.
Stuart Broad.
Stuart Broad it is, and the first to qualify for the bonus question. Here is your bonus question. Dan Van Bunga was the first in ODIs. Broad was the first in T20 internationals. Who was the first in first class cricket? Very well.
Malcolm Nash, 6 sixes in an over.
Brilliant. Malcolm Nash, who got hit for 6 sixes in an over. Dan Van Bunga was the first guy to get hit for 6 sixes in ODIs. Broad, of course, in T20s, that amazing Yuvraj Singh innings. And 30 points for you again, Venkatesh. You're doing brilliantly out here. Last set for Vignesh coming up now. Have a look. Identify the great Kiwi batsman on your left. It's a younger picture, but he's a great, great batsman.
What's Sutcliffe?
No, it's not Sutcliffe. And who's the batsman on your right? I'm sure you'll get the one on your right.
Javed Meander.
No, that isn't Javed Miandad. That's Zahir Abbas. And I can't ask you the bonus question. Tough luck there. It's been one of the tougher rounds out here. But once again, Venkatesh showing a little bit of class out here. At the end of 2 rounds of this quiz, let's have a quick look at the scores. Because Manas is struggling a bit on 10. On 20 points, we have Vignesh. On 30 points, we have Danny Bhandari all the way from Sydney and Ramesh Natarajan from Chennai. But leading at this point in time is Venki Srinivasan with 60 points. But remember, there's still a lot to play for out here. Remember, everyone participating in this quiz, by coming out here, you've already granted yourself or got yourself 10,000 rupees worth of Flipkart coupons. And for the top 2, it's a chance to go through for the next rounds of the quiz. And remember, there's some really exciting stuff out there. The big prize is an all-expenses paid trip to Lord's to watch India play England. What an amazing prize out there. So there's lots to play for out here. Our next round is a challenge round. And what we do in this round is that we allow people to challenge other people on particular scores. So each participant has to challenge another participant on a particular topic chosen from a grid. 2 questions per topic, 1 for the challenger, 1 for the challenge, 20 seconds to answer a question, 10 points for correct answer. Just remember, the winner of a challenge gets an extra bonus of 10 points. That means if you get it and your opponent doesn't, you get an extra 10 points. If the challenge ends in a tie, if both don't get it or both get it correctly, then there's no extra points. Each topic can be chosen only once, and I'll start off with giving the first choice of the quiz to Manas. I'm going to start with you, Manas, your choice, and have a look at the subjects and decide who you want to challenge. Stump vision, technology in cricket, KG veterans, Test cricket grounds of Caribbean, great finishes, English county cricket, Test triple centurions, World T20 finals, and the Tri-Series in Australia. Manas. And who would you like to challenge as well?
Test triple centuries.
Manas on Test triple centuries, and who are you challenging?
It's Ramesh.
Okay, Manas is challenging Ramesh on Test triple centuries. So the first question has to go to Ramesh. Ramesh, just hold on for a second while we identify your set. Okay, your set is ready, Ramesh, and your question on Test triple centuries, you answer for 10 points. Okay, here's a question. Excluding cricketers still playing Test cricket, Who is the only batsman to score a triple century in his last test match? Who is the only batsman to score a triple century in his last test match? Set is on test triple centuries and it's for you, Ramesh.
Okay. Is it Andy Sandon?
You repeat that please for me?
Andy Sandon.
Yes, it is Andy Sandham. It is Andrew Sandham. Well done. He's also the man to get the first test triple century. And Manas, you're under a bit of pressure now because he's answered his for 10 points. You get yours, you get 10. If you don't get yours, you get 0, but he gets 20. So Ramesh will be watching and listening to this answer really keenly. Manas, your question coming up now. What is the highest individual score in Test cricket which has been recorded by two separate batsmen? That means two batsmen have ended up on the same score. What's the highest such score?
400? Brian Lara?
Nobody else ended up on 400. Actually, it's a very famous score and it was done deliberately. It's 334. Mark Taylor and Donald Bradman. Donald Bradman scored 334. Mark Taylor retired at that position so that, he would never break that out of respect for Bradman. So 334 was the score we wanted. And Ramesh, you just got yourself a whopping bonus of another 10 points. Super. We go on to the next person for the challenge, and Vignesh, it's your chance. Who do you want to challenge?
Manas.
Sorry?
Manas.
So Vignesh wants to challenge Manas, and what subject would you like to take?
Test cricket grounds of Caribbean.
Manas, your question is coming up on Test cricket grounds of the Caribbean. You've been challenged by Vignesh. Here's your question coming up now. Which are the only two grounds in the South American mainland to have hosted Test cricket? Only two grounds in the South American mainland.
Trinidad?
Sorry?
Trinidad?
Trinidad is actually on the island of Trinidad, so that doesn't count. The answer is Burda and Providence Stadium. These are in Guyana, the home ground of some brilliant cricketers. Bad luck there, and what that means is that Vignesh gets a chance to pick up 20 points if you get this right. Your question coming up, Vignesh. At which stadium in the Caribbean would you find the three stands named after the three W's? Workoutable. At which stadium in the Caribbean would you find stands named after the three W's?
Bridgetown, Kensington Oval.
Yes, it is, of course. Bridgetown, Kensington Oval, with that because that's where the three W's played. Barbados, their ball, Bayern. Brilliant answer there, and you've got yourself 20 points. You'll be really happy with this one. Next up for the choice, we have Ramesh. Ramesh, who would you like to challenge, and what's your subject of choice?
I'll take technology in cricket.
You'll take technology in cricket, and you'll be challenging.
Who was available?
You have Danny, Venki, and Vignesh left.
Okay, I'll go with Vignesh.
So Vignesh is being challenged on technology in cricket by. Okay, just have a look. Vignesh, Ramesh is challenging you for technology in cricket. Let me just identify the round. Yes, I have the round for you. Okay, Vignesh, your question coming up now. Okay, what was invented by English computer scientist Alan Plaskett, first used in cricket broadcasting by Channel 4 of the UK in 1999? Alan Plaskett invented what, which is first used in 1999? Vignesh.
Is it Hawkeye?
It's not Hawkeye. You missed your chance, Vignesh, and now that means Ramesh has a chance to get 20 points if he gets this one right. And your question coming up now. Invented by Henry Pryor and designed to help English batsmen, what is the Merlin? MERLYN.
I think Merlin is basically the bowling machine.
Can you be a bit more specific than that?
It is a It is a bowling machine. Which is
Bowling machine was not invented by Henry Pryor, so you'll have to give me something more specific.
okay.
Still waiting for you, Ramesh.
The speed.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Could you repeat what you're saying now?
Fast bowling, fast bowling, speed.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the correct answer. I couldn't hear you clearly as well. It is a machine that simulates spin bowling. Fast
that's what I
bowling.
told. I told fast bowling, Joy. If you can just go back to the playback, I think that's
No,
what I
did you
told.
say fast bowling or spin bowling?
Fast. I told fast. You can go back to the recording.
Yeah, so it's not a fast bowling machine. It's a bowler. It's a machine that simulates spin bowling. Fast bowling machines have been around for 20 years before. Okay, bad luck. It's the other one. You chose the wrong one. It's a machine that simulates spin bowling, and it's the reason I know very well is that we've been trying to get one for KKR because nobody wants to play Sunil Narayan in the nets. So that's the reason I know Merlin is comparatively new technology, and it's a really interesting machine. It's an expensive machine, but a really interesting piece of equipment if you have a chance to play with it. And now we have no choice at all. Danny, you have to challenge Venki because you're the only two guys left on this. And so, Danny, your subject, you obviously have to challenge Venki.
Okay, I'll go for World T20 Finals.
World T20 Finals is your choice, and let's see where that is. Just hold on. World T20 Finals for you, and Venki, your question on the World T20 Finals. The Wanderers in Johannesburg was the first venue to host a World Cup final as well as a World T20 final. Which two other grounds share this distinction? That means they've hosted both World Cup finals and World T20 finals. I need both correct.
This World Cup finals and World T20 finals. Okay. Let's say Wankhede and Lords.
Wankhede and Lords, you got part of it correct. Of course, Lords is a correct answer. The other one is obviously we haven't had a T20 tournament in India yet. It's the Kensington Oval in Barbados, which hosted the 2007 and 2011 T20 finals. Bad luck there, Venkatesh. Tough one there, but the first one you've slipped down on. But Danny, that means you have your chance to score 20 points and start putting some ascendancy in this business. Your question on World T20 finals coming up now. Who holds a record for the highest individual score in a T20 World Cup final? The record for the highest.
Marlon Samuels.
Marlon Samuels, it is brilliant. Scored in Sri Lanka and Colombo. Brilliant answer there. He won the World Cup for them out there, and you've just got yourself 20 points. Okay, one more participant left, and Venki, you have only the choice of challenging Danny, and you have five subjects left. Some Vision, great finishes, KG veterans, English county cricket, and tri-series in Australia. What would you like to challenge Danny on?
KG veterans.
KG veterans, interesting choice of topic out there. KG veterans it is, and let me just identify it. Yes. Okay. So, Danny, your question coming up. If you answer this correctly, you get yourself 10 points, and obviously, if you miss, then Venki gets a chance to make 20 points. Your question coming up now. Which legendary cricketer, the second to 300 wickets, played in the 1975 World Cup at the ripe age of 40? So, a legendary spinner, the second person to reach 300 test wickets, played in the 1975 World Cup at the ripe old age of 40.
Lance Gibbs.
It is Lance Gibbs, the peerless West Indian spinner. Lance Gibbs it is. He's also Clive Lloyd's cousin. Great answer there, Danny. Venki, now you need to answer this question to prevent Danny from picking up 20 points. Your question coming up. I think you'll get this one. He represented East Africa in the 1975 World Cup at the age of 43. His son played in the 1992 World Cup final. Identify the cricketer or his son.
1992 World Cup final.
75 World Cup was the father at the age of 43. Son played in 1992 World Cup final.
Dormitory.
Not Dermot Reeve. Dermot Reeve was a man born in Hong Kong. This happens to be Don Pringle, who played for East Africa in 1975, and obviously his son Derek Pringle, who other than appearing in Chariots of Fire also played in the 1992 World Cup final. Bad luck there. Interesting round out here. We've had some pretty interesting results. Let's have a quick look at the scores. Manas is on 10 points. On 40 points, we have Vignesh, who's still in the running, I have to say. Ramesh is on 50 points. Venki Srinivasan on 60 points, slipping a bit out there, but we have a new leader with some amazing hitting in the last innings. It's Danny Bhandari, who's leading currently with 70 points. Once again, just to mention, the top two go through first, so at least 4 of the 5 are still in the running. We are ready for a really, really good final round. Let's have a look at what that's all about. Round 4 is called Know Your Game. Each participant will be asked questions on a topic of their choice chosen from a grid. 60 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. A maximum of 10 questions are up for you and 5 points for each correct answer. That means potentially you could score 50 points in this round. Because you're leading at this point, Danny, you'll get the choice of subject first. Let's have a look at your choices. Life and Times of Rahul Dravid, Cricketing Jargon, Sahara Cup, Life and Times of Muralidharan, Cricket Grounds of Australia, IPL 2013, ICC Champions, Tight Tests, and the World Cup 2012. What would you like to go for?
I think,
Interesting choice, huh?
yeah, I think I'll take the Cricket Grounds of Australia.
Cricket Grounds of Australia. So Danny's playing close to home out here. Let's see how he does. Cricket Grounds of Australia is what he's chosen. And I can promise you, Danny, if you don't get these correct, you're going to be in for quite a bit of ribbing at the end of this sequence. Okay?
I can imagine.
Danny Bhandari, your questions, your set on the Cricket Grounds of Australia starts now. Which ground traditionally hosts the Prime Minister's 11 match against the touring side?
Manica Oval in Canberra.
Correct. In which city is the Marara Oval located?
Marara is in Darwin.
Correct. Which Sheffield Shield team plays its home matches at the Bellerive Oval?
Tasmania.
Correct. Which ground played host to the 1992 World Cup final?
Melbourne.
Correct. Which ground traditionally plays host to the New Year's Test match?
Sydney.
Correct. At which ground did Matthew Hayden record the then world record score? Waka Perth is correct. At which ground did Sourav Ganguly score his first Test century in Australia?
Brisbane. The Gabba.
Correct. At which Test ground did Ricky Ponting score 242 in a losing cause against India?
Adelaide.
Correct. At which city would you find the Kazali Stadium?
Cairns.
Correct. And I'm sorry, that's your set. 9 questions and you hit all 9 for a 4. Brilliant answering there. 45 points to you, Danny Bhandari. That was an amazing round, and I'm sure everyone in Australia and in India would be really proud of you. Great going there, mate. Very well done from down under. And that puts a lot of pressure on the other players coming up now. So the next choice is for Venki. Venki, what you're going to choose?
Cricketing Jargon.
Cricketing Jargon is what you have chosen, and let's see if you can hit it as hard and as well as Danny Bhandari has done with his set. Your set on Cricketing Jargon. Your set coming up now. What is a ball bowled by an off spinner with goes straight on called? A ball bowled by
Umball.
ball, it's called. Correct. I'll take that. Take that. What is a ball that reaches the batsman at head height without bouncing called?
Beamer.
Correct. Which controversial tactic is also referred to as fast leg theory?
Bodyline.
Correct. Which delivery is also referred to as a bogey?
Googly.
Correct. Which laboratory equipment shares its name with a slang for a turner? Cockney slang.
Pipette.
No. What sort of a bowler is a Chinaman?
Left arm unorthodox.
I'll take that. What score is regarded as the devil's number in Australian cricket?
87.
Correct. The name of the fielding position between conventional slip and third man is called?
Gully.
No. What feature in cricket broadcasting is sometimes referred to by Sunil Gavaskar as Nariman Point?
Manhattan.
That is the Manhattan. Well answered there. So let's have a look again at your answers. You did pretty well out there. You got yourself arm ball, you got yourself beamer, bodyline was correct, googly was correct. The laboratory equipment which shares this name for the slang for a turner, that's Cockney slang. It's a Bunsen burner is a turner. So if anyone tells you it's a Bunsen, that means it's a turner. Bad luck. It was a tough one. The Chinaman was a left-arm spinner. A devil's number in Australian cricket, 87, is correct. The fielding position between slips and third man was fly slip. So you got yourself 1, 2,
Manhattan, Joy.
4, 5, 6, 7 correct, I think.
Yeah.
7 correct, 35 points for you. Well done, Venki. That was a pretty significant round out there. And the next choice is for Ramesh. Ramesh, your choice of subject.
Life and Times of Rahul Dravid.
Life and Times of Rahul Sharad Dravid. I was expecting someone to take that pretty soon. Let's have a look at the set now coming up for you. Just hold on a second. Ramesh, your questions on the life and times of Rahul Sharad Dravid coming up now. At which venue did Rahul Dravid make his one-day international debut?
Singapore, Padang.
Correct. Against which side did Rahul Dravid score his highest test match score?
Pakistan.
Correct, I'll take that. Rahul Dravid is the only non-wicket keeper to take more than 50 test catches of 2 different bowlers. Name the 2 bowlers.
Can you repeat that?
He is the only non-wicket taker to have taken more than 50 test catches of 2 different bowlers.
Anil Kumble and Harbhajan Singh.
I'll take that. With which batsman did Rahul Dravid score a first wicket partnership of 410 in a test match? Correct. Against which team did Rahul Dravid get his first Man of the Series awards in tests?
South Africa.
Incorrect. At which venue did Rahul Dravid get his first Man of the Match in tests?
This is third test, so it will be Cape Town.
Bad luck. You just missed 2 out there. You had a brilliant set out there. You just missed the last answer was the venue in which he got his first Man of the Match in test was the Wanderers in Johannesburg. And Rahul Dravid got his first Man of the Series awards against England in 2002. All the rest you got correctly. 410 was Sehwag, Kumble and Harbhajan was correct. So was Pakistan and so was Singapore. So you've got yourself 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, 4 correct. 20 points for you. Well done, Ramesh. That was a pretty good score out there, and I can make out that Rahul Dravid is definitely a favorite. Next up, we have Vignesh, and Vignesh, your choice of subject.
Tide test and ODI.
Tide tests. And okay, interesting. That should be a really nice set. And let's see how this set on tide tests and ODIs goes for you, Vignesh. Your set starts now. Which ground witnessed the first ever tide test match in the history of one-day international? Sorry?
Melbourne.
Melbourne. At the WACA in 1991, against which side did India play its first tide match in ODI cricket? Which side?
Australia.
Incorrect. At which ground in South Africa did India play out a tie versus Zimbabwe in 97?
Pass.
In the last tide played in ODI cricket at Auckland, which Indian faced the final ball?
Pragyan Ojha.
Incorrect. Who top scored for India in the tide match against England in the 2011 World Cup?
Andrew Strauss.
Incorrect. Which English players shared the man of the match with Suresh Raina in India's tied match with England at Lord's in 2011?
Stuart Broad.
Incorrect. Who captained India in the Australia in the first ever tied test? Who captained Australia in the first ever tied test?
Richie Benaud.
Correct. Which West Indian, and I'm going to finish this question because I stumbled, which West Indian
West
bowler
Hall.
picked up a 5-wicket haul in the final innings of the first tied test? 5-wicket haul.
West Hall.
West Hall is correct. Bad luck, you had a bit of a tough set out there. So you got yourself the MCG as the first tight test match. You got yourself Richie Benaud and West Hall. I'll tell you the other answers. India played its first ever tied match in ODI cricket against the West Indies. The ground in South Africa where we played out a tie was the Boland Park in Paarl. In the last tie played, the Indian who faced the final ball was the one and only Ravindra Jadeja. And in the tied test match against England in the 2011 World Cup, Sachin Tendulkar was our top scorer. The English player who shared the man of the match with Suresh Raina was Ravi Bopara. So 15 points for you. Well done there, and nice flourish to finish off with. Manish, your set coming up now. What would you like to choose?
IPL 2013.
IPL 2013. Okay, IPL 2013 coming up for you now. Your set on the IPL 2013 starts now. Shahid Veer Narayan Singh International Cricket Stadium at Raipur was the home of which team in IPL 2013? It was the home ground of which team?
KKR.
Not KKR. At which team did Kashmir cricketer Parvez Rasool represent in 2013? Which team did Kashmiri cricketer Parvez Rasool represent in IPL 2013?
Pune.
Correct. At which ground did Chris Gale score that record 175 for RCB?
Bangalore.
Correct. Who won the orange cap in IPL 2013?
Chris Gale.
Incorrect. In IPL 2013, who became the first bowler to claim 3 hat-tricks in the IPL? First bowler, 3 hat-tricks in the IPL?
Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
Incorrect. I'll take the last question. In IPL 2013, who took 32 wickets? I'll take your answer if you have one.
No.
32 wickets in IPL 2013?
Not sure.
No, Manas. Unfortunately, I can't give you any more time. So let me just run through the answers with you. The Veer Narayan International Stadium at Raipur was the home of the Delhi Daredevils. You got that correct. Parvez Rasool represented the Pune Warriors. The Chinnaswamy Stadium obviously was the place where Gale got those runs. The orange cap in 2013 was not Chris Gale, it was Michael Hussey. And the bowler to claim 3 hat-tricks in the IPL, the first bowler ever, was Amit Mishra. So slightly tough round there, and at the end of it all, let's have a look at the scores. And it's been an amazing game of Crick IQ today. So ending up 20 points for Manish Mishra. Tough set there, but he's done well just to qualify and come out here, and he'll still be winning 10,000 rupees worth of Flipkart coupons, as will Vignesh, who ended up with 55 points. He'll also be getting 10,000 worth of coupons, as will Ramesh Natrachan with 70. But the two to qualify from here, well-known quizmaster himself and quiz god Venki Srinivasan with 95 points, but pipped out there from the man from down under, Danny Bandari, all the way from the University of New South Wales Straight Club, all the way from Sydney, blitzed his way to an amazing win, 115 points. So this has been an amazing round of Crick IQ. Let's hope to see you all the next hangout.